Larry, we're gonna move on to the second topic of the day. The Batman that came out last year
Mhm.
with Twilight Boy. Did you
Robert
like that
Pattinson,
film? Robert
the
Pattinson. Did you like that film, sir?
the vampire Batman.
Yes, yes.
Um, I'll say this. It was better than what I expected from the trailers, but it wasn't one of my favorite Batmans.
Okay, okay.
So I'm
I
not going to say it was bad. Just wasn't one of my favorites.
well, good, good. I enjoyed it. You know, I definitely gave it a passing grade. I think I gave it like at least a 7.5, maybe an 8 or something like that. I don't remember, but it wasn't my favorite either. But we have this report right here from Deadline for topic number 2, kind of talking about what's going to happen next in the Batman universe, the Elseworld. Let's get into it. This is topic number 2, and that's the wrong button. Deadline.com. Mike Flanagan pitches pick on Clayface to Warner Brothers, DC, The Dish. Let's talk about Clayface. They have the exclusive. Dr. Sleep filmmaker Mike Flanagan has pitched a feature version of Clayface over to the studio, several sources tell Deadline. However, no word on a green light yet. And the studio has not said no. There are no offers and no deals, though typically a DC supervillain in the Flanagan pick, should it move forward, he wouldn't be a bad guy. So we hear. Word is that Flanagan said his Intrepid Pictures partner Trevor Macy had a meeting with DC bosses James Gunn and Peter Safran. Flanagan, we understand, wasn't pitching the character to be part of Matt Reeves' DC Elseworld, the Batman 2 set for October 3rd of 2025 release. So that is interesting right there. That said, sources are telling us that the scripts are constantly changing and that Clayface is a big addition to Matt Reeves' The Batman 2. Let's wait until the dust settles here and something moves forward. It remains to be seen whether Clayface is a connection between the Batman 2 Elseworld and Gunn and Safran's feature and series Sprawling DC's God and Monsters Chapter 1. Larry, how you feeling about this, man? Well, actually, let me read this first. Well, I've always wanted to do a Superman movie when I was a kid, but I would also really be keen to do a standalone Clayface movie as a horror thriller tragedy. That's interesting right there because being a clay monster is not ideal in my opinion. I mean,
Right?
if I could control the power and go to my human form, whenever I want, to not scare the hell out of people when I'm walking down the street or whatever, or when I post up, when I holla, holla, holla at somebody at the grocery store. But yeah, I mean, if I had the powers, and I can control it, but I don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not like a Clayface expert, but I can understand how this could be a tragedy. Him saying this right here on social media, a horror thriller tragedy. That is the only part that piques my interest. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't have much memory of Clayface. Like I know I've seen him in the comics. I know the name. I just don't remember him all that much. But I will say this. I would probably rather see him with a standalone movie than just introduced it as a villain in one of the DC hero movies, because as we all know, the DC hero movies suck. They're not good movies. And so, but their villain movies have been all pretty good. I mean, when you look at the Suicide Squads and you look at even the
Joker,
like the
the Joker,
you look at what's his name, his series, John Cena's joint. All the villain movies have been pretty good. So I wouldn't mind seeing him in a standalone movie. And that way you can maybe we get some backstory, we get introduced to him, we get to understand his motivations, and then they can bring him in on one of the garbage, DC hero movies. So
I got you. It went on to say, he also noted that he'd be wanted to put out his stump on Superman, with Chief James Gunn and currently gearing up to do that, directing Superman Legacy, and we know that. But yeah, I don't want to repeat myself. He's best known for a popular Netflix horror series, including The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bill Manor, and Midnight Mass. I haven't seen any of those because I'm not a horror guy. It scares me to death. But
yeah, I'm not much of a horror fan myself. So
I would not. I usually wouldn't be interested in this type of thing, but just because I know a little bit about Clayface and the powers, and y'all can see the image of how hideous this character looks. He's describing as a horror, thriller, tragedy. Sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up. Kenny said Clayface is a glorified Joker henchman.
I will say this though, about as far as this movie getting greenlit, I'm not, as much stuff has been going on in the industry as far as people getting shook out of their jobs and James Gunn and them over there just basically rearranging all the DC particles of the universe. I'm just not really holding on to anything. I mean, we might wake
Remember,
up
this
tomorrow.
this not greenlit yet, but go ahead.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not holding my breath for any of it, because we might wake up tomorrow and then they're just like, no, I don't know where that rumor came from, but we have a new Superman movie coming out tomorrow. We forgot to market it. I mean, it could be anything. They're making so many changes over there. I'm not holding on for anything, for any rumor. I need to hear it from the horse's mouth.
Right on. Well, guys, again, if you're watching this via live on the replay, there's a link down to this article in the description box below for you to read at your own leisure.